All right, there we go.
It was a Porsche.
It was, well, I deleted the first part so they wouldn't even know what that's in reference to.
Okay, sorry.
We're on take 2 because somebody fired up their annoyingly loud Porsche and then just sat there idling in it.
It sounded like a really loud generator.
Yeah.
Cheers, babe.
Oh, cheers. Yeah, we got iced coffee and champagne. Mm-hmm. It's an indulgent start to the podcast.
Happy Saturday. I don't know about this one.
It's a little sour.
There's some flavor I'm not in love with.
Not loving.
It's all right.
All right.
I can live with
We'll
it.
make do. It's officially summer.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was my mom's birthday yesterday.
Oh, yeah. 84.
Yeah.
That's great. I hope we all come up to be 84. 84 and active. That's the thing. That's the key with your mom. 84 and active.
Yeah, she's super active.
Yeah. That's the dream.
She's radioactive. She's internet active.
Well, yeah. She is internet active. We don't. Lots of rabbit holes to fall down.
I know.
If you're susceptible to them.
After her stroke, she's like the one hand. She's having a hard time typing, and I'm kind of like, oh, good.
Yeah, but if she can point and click that mouse, she can find her way to
the next QAnon.
Yeah, the next
reference.
The next conspiracy.
All right.
Great. So what? Let's see for a second here. Let's talk about what are some famous duets that you can think of, like two stars that normally would not sing together. They weren't in a band together. But they came together for a song. What comes to mind? Famous duets.
Kenny Rogers.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And who was it?
Dolly
Parton.
Islands in the Stream.
I love it.
Great song. I love that song.
It's so good. And, Ozzy Osbourne did one with.
Ozzy.
Yeah.
Okay. Ozzy had a cool voice.
I love his voice actually. Didn't he do some like Leather and Lace song or something?
Well, no, that was...
Who is that?
Leather and Lace was Don
Fleetwood
Henley.
Mac girl. Stevie Nicks. Okay.
That's a great song, actually. The name
girl.
always kind of bothered me, Leather and Lace. But that's a nice song. Thinking like more recently... Would have been some good...
Now they call them collabs.
Yeah, now it's collabs, and it's like...
But they used to do a...
I know, I saw this, like, there's a funny video on Instagram. It was like the New York Times music critic did it about, like, how many times Maroon 5 had a guest rapper. Like, so many times. Like clearly, like, just the label's trying to get crossover appeal. And it's like Maroon 5 becomes like a gateway drug to rap.
But Adam Levine does have such a black voice. Like, I think he has a Stevie Wonder-ish voice.
It's like that blue-eyed soul kind of voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Daryl Hall.
Yeah. I
Absolutely.
like Adam Levine's voice, but like sometimes I totally, like The Weeknd, I know he's black, but he has such a Stevie Wonder voice.
Sure.
I love him.
Yeah, I just feel like there's a lot more like just collabs now that aren't sort of standout duets.
Who else
like maybe back in the day.
had a duet?
Okay, here we go. So consulting our research assistant Google, Under Pressure, David Bowie and Freddie Mercury.
Oh, what about that song David Bowie did a song with Mick Jagger?
That Dancing in the Streets?
No, they're waiting for a friend.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, waiting
on a friend. That's a good song.
That's a good song. Yeah, there are a lot like in the 60s, Marvin Gaye did a bunch. Ain't No Mountain High Enough, but Tammy Terrell wasn't like her own star on her own.
Right, but Mick Jagger and David Bowie, those two are huge.
How about this one? Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. It was a movie. It was a scene from a movie, but it ended up being such a great...
Well, what's interesting about that to me is that he's very famous, but known for something else.
Yeah, that's a very unique...
That song, Shallows.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it gives me such chills. And their chemistry is so good. I wanted them to become married.
Here's one I like actually. I don't know if you call this a duet, but pretty famous collab. Empire State of Mind, Jay-Z and Alicia Keys.
Oh,
Great song.
my God.
I mean, she's singing the chorus. It's not so much like a duet, but it's
Well,
really cool. Like,
along those lines, what about Eminem and Dido? The Stand.
oh yeah,
you know?
right. It's more of a sample though.
I know, but that's such a
It
good
does-
one.
no.
That they did perform it live on like MTV, I think.
Yeah,
It was so good.
yeah. Anyway, so it's actually, I think, pretty rare for megastars to duet.
Yeah.
You get like maybe smaller or acts you've never heard of that will be brought onto a bigger project. But today we are talking
What about
about
George Michael? Sorry, and Elton John. Don't Let the Sun. I
yeah.
guess that's a remake.
No. That was good. That was an Elton John song that George Michael was performing at a concert and then surprised the audience by bringing Elton John on, which is a great moment in that song because the crowd loses their mind and you can really hear it. That's a good one too. So yeah, brought this up because today we're talking about two absolute titans in a duet. Like probably like if you're talking about two in terms of their star power, this might be the biggest duet ever.
I know, but do you think Michael wasn't yet, because wasn't Thriller going to be released?
Today we're talking about Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney, the first single off Thriller, The Girl Is Mine. It actually was the second time they collaborated, but their other song, Say, much better song, I think comes out after this though. So this is the first released collaboration
Oh, that's interesting.
between Michael and Paul McCartney. The Girl Is Mine. The Doggone Girl Is Mine.
Doggone.
And we got to talk about this song. We got to talk about these two working together, and we got to talk about the Michael movie because we were gonna do this one last time, and we ended up doing Maneater because we wanted to watch the Michael movie first, and it did not disappoint.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it disappointed,
But in the best
but
way.
in the-
Like,
yeah.
if you want to watch something and rip on it,
Oh my
watch that.
God, what a movie. So let's just go back here for a second. Thriller is the album. Thriller was released November 29th, 1982, produced by Quincy Jones, who had also worked on Off the Wall. They recorded in Westlake, Los Angeles.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's such a little...
With the ongoing backlash against disco music, Jackson transitioned his sound, with Thriller featuring pop, post-disco, and R&B. It went number one for 37 non-consecutive weeks. I believe it is, yes, in 1984, it became the best-selling album of all time, with sales of over 30 million copies.
Is it still?
I think it still is.
Oh my God.
Let's see here, best-selling. Here's their list of albums that have sold 40 million copies or more. So number one is the aforementioned Thriller. And I gotta say, would not in a million years have picked this at number two.
No.
AC/DC, Back in Black, the second best-selling album of all time.
Under this hard rock genre, like there's that many.
50 million copies?
There, how is it possible? It must be just like...
The list gets even weirder, though, because at number three, it's the soundtrack to The Bodyguard.
What?
45 million copies.
That makes me wonder what all those songs are. It just...
Was I Will Always Love You just that popular that just people ran out to get it?
Maybe.
The Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd.
I mean, also weird, cool,
I think that
moody.
I think the Dark Side of the Moon holds the record for longest time on the charts. I want to say it spent something like some ungodly number, hundreds of weeks on the charts. The Eagles' Greatest Hits, the first half, 71 to
So good,
75.
as it should be.
The Eagles' Hotel California. But again, here we go. So after the Eagles, so that's, you got MJ, AC/DC, Whitney Houston, Pink Floyd, Eagles twice, Shania Twain's Come On Over, 40 million
Good
copies.
for her.
But I guess, Fleetwood Mac's Rumors,
Shania beats out Fleetwood Mac.
Meatloaf's Bat Out of Hell.
Babe, your favorite. And
Gotta give
also,
the genre, glam rock. Yes.
but also, this is a namesake of our podcast.
Exactly.
But I won't
But I
do
will do
that.
that. And Saturday Night Fever. Saturday Night Fever just getting under the wire at 40 million copies sold.
Wow, kind of crazy. It's a very interesting list. It's very disparate. You know? Don't you think? Like, it's kind of like...
Yeah, I think it's cool that 2 of the top 3 are Black artists.
Yes.
I mean, that's a pretty interesting. And then you've got sort of some of the in Pink Floyd and the Eagles, some of the classics, Fleetwood Mac, but then also AC/DC, Shania Twain. I gotta love Meatloaf being in there though. What a win for humanity that Meatloaf has sold 40 million copies of that album.
I mean, and his father wanted to kill him. And look at what he has offered to,
and look what he did.
History, society, the music industry, like glam rock in general.
Yeah.
Almost creating. Do you think that he created a genre with that album? Was that
Well, it's the genre is musical. It's like rock musical.
Okay.
Right? I mean, that's basically what he's doing.
All right.
So Thriller, it comes out in 1982. The first single was The Girl Is Mine. And we got to talk about this song. So we're going to take a break, let our theme music play, and we come back. The Doggone Girl Is Mine.
Mine.
All right, we're back. Becky's refilled the champs. It's interesting. I was saying before we started recording, Thriller, the music's amazing, but it's also famous for its videos.
Yeah.
You think of the Thriller video, of course, and Beat It. And yet, The Girl Is Mine did not have a music video, which maybe says something about how they were thinking about it. We'll get to sort of why it was released as a single in a bit, but that maybe suggests something about how Michael and Quincy were thinking about it, that they didn't even bother to make a video.
Well, I just want to ask you what you thought about the fact that in regards to the selling of the album, like how much did the video key into that? Like because that video was so insane.
Which video?
The Thriller video.
Thriller, yeah. Yeah, no, I think that I don't know to what extent. I'm sure the video and the music work together to push the sales, but it also was the dawn of MTV, and Michael and his team realized that it wasn't just about not just making videos, but almost making like mini movies.
Yeah,
that's what Thriller is, right? It's like a short film, and I'm sure that boosted sales. So this from a Paul McCartney fan website. On Christmas Day 1980. Paul McCartney received a phone call from an anonymous female fan with an American accent and a voice of pure helium, or so he gathered upon picking up the receiver. Quote, "Someone rang me up, and this high voice I didn't recognize said, 'Hi, Paul,'" McCartney recalled. "I thought, this is a girl fan, and how the hell did she get my number? I was quite annoyed." His mood quickly changed from annoyed to overjoyed. It wasn't a girl, it was Michael Jackson, and he basically said, "Do you want to make some hits?" A syrupy back and forth between Jack and McCartney, The Girl Is Mine is no classic. The spoken outro between the duo could curl toes at 50 yards.
I just think about, like, we were just listening to the song before. Mm-hmm. And what about the girl? You know what I mean? Like, she's not anywhere. Like, she doesn't have anything to say. Like, these two are just like, no, she's mine. No, she's mine. And she's like, I just want to hear what she would have to say about this whole thing. She'd probably be like, I don't like either of you guys.
Yeah.
And also, did Michael like this description, like being called a girl with a voice on helium? Like, did he read this?
McCartney's like, look at, here's the cover.
What? Did either of them, like, there's no stylist involved.
McCartney's wife took the photo. Linda McCartney took the photo. And look at, Michael's wearing that, look at that 80s, like,
baseball jacket,
baseball
right?
jacket, yeah.
Satin baseball jacket. But this is, like, they met, like, neither of them took a shower that day. It's like they were meeting, and why did they choose this as the cover? Like, they didn't think it was going to be anything. That's what it says to me, this cover, because it's like, oh yeah, come on. They're like, look at the background. They're like posing in front of someone's doorway.
Mm-hmm.
It's like everything about it speaks to like spontaneity, but not in a good way. Not like cool paparazzi, like Terry Richardson vibe. It's like no like thought to outfit, no shower, like sleep in eyes, not brush teeth, maybe food in teeth. Like it's a horrible picture.
It's a horrible photo. So this song was recorded. McCartney was 40. So we're about 12 years removed from the breakup of the Beatles. He's got a pretty good solo career going. MJ is about 25. And Michael sings, "Every night she walks right in my dreams. Since I met her from the start, I'm so proud I am the only one who is special in her heart." The chorus, "The girl is mine. The doggone girl is mine. I know she's mine because the doggone girl is mine."
What dumb lyrics. I know she's mine because she's mine.
Yeah.
And also, why doggone? Like, isn't there any number of other like descriptors in that place?
Yeah, we were talking about this. I mean, I think this is probably the cringiest Michael line. Actually, I don't. In light of what came out about him, is probably worse. But this is the one that people think of. Like, why? Just why, Michael?
Why would
Just
you
why?
use? Did he write the song?
I think he wrote it with Quincy Jones. Hold on, I can get that in a second. But here, doggone emerged in the 19th century as an informal, family-friendly euphemism for goddamn. It first shows up in 1819, just as a way of people not having to curse.
Well, okay, I could see
that.
that.
I don't know why in 1982 it needed to be used.
Well, because he was a Jehovah's Witness and they do not cuss. But I also think you could have said, "The girl is mine. The girl is mine. Mine, mine." You don't have to say doggone girl. Like, I don't know.
The track was written by Jackson.
Okay, well.
Co-produced with Quincy, but he wrote it. So he put that lyric in there. The doggone girl is mine. And then in comes Paul in the second verse. "I don't understand the way you think, saying that she's yours, not mine. Sending roses in your silly dreams, really just a waste of time, because she's mine. The doggone girl is mine. Don't waste your time, because the doggone girl is mine."
Sometimes, like, do people ever read each other's lyrics if they're going to do something and just go, "I'm not singing this"?
Yeah.
What is this cat?
Oh yeah, it's a pop-up ad for not Meow Mix, Meow Remix.
Oh my God.
And so the cat's rapping.
Wow.
It goes back and forth with really just inane lyrics until we get to the spoken ending on the fade out. "Michael, we're not going to fight about this, okay?" Michael, "Haha, Paul, I think I told you. I'm a lover, not a fighter." Who's fighting? You could not pick a more like sedated conflict if you.
But are they like both lying on beds? Like, the grandparents and, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, like singing from bed. Like, that's how lacking in fighting. They're not a fighting stance at all. They're sitting in an office. They're like, they're not, there's no fighting here. There's not even like a put your dukes up, like in any way here. It is these two. Also, they both sound gay. They both sound like they'd rather have a guy.
Oh, it is like the girl. What is the girl doing while this is happening?
The girl is rolling her eyes and saying, "You guys want to date my brother?" First
of all, Paul's 40 and MJ's 25. Like, it's pretty depressing to be a 40-year-old man like fighting with a guy in his 20s.
Well, because then it implies that the girl is 23, right?
God. Yeah, I guess.
I mean, well, because
who is the girl? What's this girl doing?
Well,
this is happening.
That video that we watched, that you just told me to watch.
Yeah,
that was not the video for the song.
Right. So they made no music video, and then later, if I remember this correctly, it was kind of made in support of Paul McCartney's next tour. He would show it like like at his shows, and it's not a music video. It's like basically like behind the scenes footage of the recording of the song.
But also the most boring.
It's so boring.
Behind the scenes footage.
Yeah, you've
like
never
you want to
seen-
see Michael wearing a turquoise sweater, like chatting and answering the telephone.
Yeah, there's long
Literally,
shots of him on the phone.
He's just on the phone talking. Like his mouth is
it's
moving.
bad.
He's not doing one thing interesting. Like
It's bad.
a lip reader might be engaged. But I mean, I was just like, what is he saying?
No, it's bad.
And what does this have to do with the song at all? I guess it's the behind the scenes of making that song.
Oh.
Maybe, but he's sitting at a desk holding a ruler, talking to someone, chatting.
No,
like,
it's really bad. And then you get occasional shots of them actually singing the song with the headphones on into the microphone, and then it cuts away, and they're like sitting at a conference table.
But
just, like,
somebody's
staring at each other.
somebody's trying on someone else's glasses, and you don't even know who this person is. It's like some random white guy in his 50s. It's like, and everyone, Quincy is just perennial cool, right? Like any picture of Quincy through any era. Like Quincy Jones is probably the coolest guy that ever existed. And he just looks cute. I could look at Quincy all day. So just
But he's hardly in it though.
I know
it's terrible shots of
and
MJ.
behind the like he's at the box, kind of the whatever, the producers, like those little
the console.
smiling and nodding his head.
So to the "I'm a lover, not a fighter" line, Paul responds, "I've heard it all before, Michael. She told me I'm her forever lover, you know? Don't you remember?" I mean, what is this, like Thomas the Train, like love story? I mean, this is just
But let's
the
think.
most
Michael
idiotic.
wrote it, and at this time, like I was sort of struck by watching that behind the scenes video that this is probably before he actually did any weird anything, like spending the night with boys and stuff.
Well,
like it
well,
seems
he was still living at home.
Yeah, so I feel like he's still clean
There's
in
no
regards to
Neverland.
that. Yeah, he still is young. I think he's a virgin.
Oh,
So Virgin wrote those lyrics. Those are Virgin lyrics right there. She told me I'm her forever lover. Who would say that? But like, you know how in that Michael movie, sorry, I keep bringing that up, but he is always reading the Peter Pan book.
Yeah.
Like his character.
It's a little heavy, yeah.
Yeah, it's very Peter Pan heavy-handed. Pan-handed.
Panhanded.
But so only a person who's like a virgin that loves Peter Pan and fancies that himself as, you know, the leader of the Lost Boys is going to write something like this.
Well, and after the forever lover line, Michael responds, "Well, after loving me, she said she couldn't love another." Paul, "Is that what she said?" Michael, "Yeah, she said it. You keep dreaming."
Oh my God, third grade.
Like,
yeah, she said it. Keep dreaming.
that's what she said. And then Paul sings, "I don't believe it. I don't believe."
it.
And then it just fades out with just "the girl is mine, mine, mine." I mean, it's...
I don't believe it because it's not true.
Is it the dumbest stanza ever written? It's up there.
Yes.
It's up there.
I think it is.
And the girl, meanwhile, is just sitting on the sideline smoking a cigarette going, I mean, do you two want to have sex? I mean,
also, she's like, I don't even know them. And like I said to him, I'm your forever lover. Like, who said that? No one ever.
Never
That's
happened.
not a thing that people
Never happened.
say. I have never said that to you, babe. You're my forever lover.
Forever lover?
And you maybe are. But I would still never say
You call me your forever person.
I know. My person.
Forever person.
You're my person.
Yeah.
But my forever
Forever lover.
lover. Like what it just says,
Forever
like
lover.
we're forever going to be just having sex. We're forever. Like, because lover doesn't lover.
lover.
But he's a virgin.
Yeah, he
So
doesn't know what it means.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what it means.
Yeah.
So all of this could rightly lead someone to say, why the fuck would this be released as a single, let alone the first single? This has like fifth single, if that, written all over it. And I got this from a critic who said, in the early 80s, the idea of a black star such as Jackson becoming a mainstream sensation was, unbelievably, still controversial. MTV, which had launched on August 1st, 1981, was focused on rock and roll, shorthand at the time for white artists only. MTV wasn't alone in blanking Jackson. Despite the acclaim showered on Off the Wall, radio stations across the U.S. declined to playlist Jackson because he was black. Jackson and Quincy Jones's calculation was they wouldn't dare snub a Beatle.
They're so smart.
The consensus among Jackson fans is that The Girl Is Mine is the song off Thriller that has aged the worst. McCartney devotees certainly think so. Amid the dark disco of the title track and the stadium funk of Beat It and Billie Jean, it stands out as a big slab of stinky cheese. McCartney, no stranger to Sonic cheddar, was never taken with it. He actually admitted as much at the time. One point of concern was Jackson's turn of phrase, did the king of pop really have to sing The Doggone Girl Is Mine? But to the larger point, it is unbelievable, as the person writes, that they would have to game the release of this album. That a black artist in the early 80s still would have to figure out how to get through to the mainstream.
But also, okay, so they gamed it, thank God. But the fact that they had to game it and then this song or this album became the best-selling album of all time. It's like, how dare you think you know better? How dare you sideline an artist? It's like so crazy that all this stuff was in 1982 still happening. But also, why didn't they do Say, Say, Say? You know?
Yeah, I mean, Say, Say, Say ends up on Paul's next album. I know. If Say, Say, Say had just been like the Thriller song, it's so much more. It's so much better.
It's such a better beat. It's more fun. A nice little groove. Yeah. I don't know. I just whatever. But it's a hit anyway, right? Nonetheless. Did it become a hit, this song? It
did become a hit. So this song goes to number 2 on the charts. Maneater kept it from going number 1.
No way! That's Sim, babe. That we did that song last
exactly.
last episode.
Yeah, it's 1983. It goes to the charts and number 2. And we're going to go to a break and we'll come back and talk about the Michael movie. But before we do that, where do you think The Girl Is Mine went for the year? Peaked at number 2 for 1983. Where does it end up? This horrendous song.
I'm going to say 57.
Okay, 57.
What are you already know?
I looked. Here we go. Billboard end of year. Now, first of all, MJ comes in with Beat It at number 5.
Yep.
And Billie Jean at number 2.
Yes.
But if we go down here to number 49.
Oh, shoot. I was going to say 47.
The Girl Is Mine.
After Dirty Laundry by Don Henley.
And right before Too Shy by
Kaja Gugu.
What is that?
Too shy to shy.
Oh, hush, yeah.
Too shy to shy. And Adam Ant. Do you know
yeah,
goody,
yeah,
goody,
absolutely.
Goody, goody, too
that was that.
Look at these songs.
Rock the
These
Casbah,
are such good songs by
Our
the Clash.
House.
In the middle of our street.
Overkill by Men Who Were. I love that song.
So do I.
It's such a great song.
Yeah.
So anyway, amidst these great songs, The Girl Is Mine. Number 49 for the year.
Wow.
So people, stations were playing it. And people were listening.
Okay, so it is catchy. They both have amazing voices. You don't turn the station when this song comes on. You know what I mean? There's certain songs I can't listen to this song.
I mean, you don't change the station if this comes on?
Do you?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to put myself back then. I mean, today, if it came on, it's more of an oddity.
It's because you don't really think of when this song came out. I remember when this song came out. You don't think about the lyrics really. Yeah. You're kind of just singing along. Mine, mine. It's almost like those seagulls in Nemo. Mine, mine. You're just sort of realizing that this is something you're singing. It's mine.
That might just be the best comparison ever for this song. Just mindless.
It is. It's a little mindless. I think you just sing along kind of when you're in your car. It's a car song,
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. Let's take a break and let's talk about the Michael movie after the break
I can't
because we just
wait.
have to. This fucking movie. Okay. All right, we're filling up some champs here for our final segment. So, the Michael movie is a movie called Michael. First of all,
It's a recent movie.
Yeah, recent came out this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I have to admit, I just sort of, the hype around the movie seeped into my subconscious because I went into this thinking it was going to be like a genuinely good movie.
I know
like maybe not amazing, but like good. And so I was a little taken aback by how, bad it was to name a song from, name an album and song by MJ.
Yeah.
It was just bad.
You know it.
Yeah, you know it. Anyone who watches it knows it.
You know it. I'm just singing bad lyrics.
Yeah. You know.
But okay, so I was talking to there's some Gen Z kids at my work, and they all loved this movie. And so I just was kind of thinking,
did they say why they liked it?
I think they thought it was so cool to know about Michael Jackson, but they don't the movie does not go into really what went down. It sort of paints it with this brush that's so ambiguous.
I wouldn't even say it does that. Well, hold on. Let me just read this. Let's get to that because that's an interesting point. So this is from a critic at RogerEbert.com, which is an interesting website. RogerEbert.com. Ebert's been dead for 20 years, but there's a website called RogerEbert.com. The critic writes, "Make no mistake about it. Michael isn't a movie. It's a filmed playlist in search of a story. Unlike its subject, Michael isn't artistically unique, immediately entertaining, or boundary pushing. It's beyond safe and so unchallenging. You're better off either queuing up the Jacksons miniseries."
Should we do
from
that?
the 90s. It's so good. It was an ABC 4-night miniseries. It was so awesome. Or marathoning Michael's incredible music videos, then watching shoddy recreations of them.
Oh my God, yes.
And that's what I was when you said that. Why would a Gen Z like this? It's are they liking the musical element? In which case, Jesus, just go watch him on YouTube.
Yeah.
Don't watch this bullshit. Yes.
But see, they weren't a part of the MTV generation. You know what I mean? They don't, it is so easy to watch a video, but also no one's really doing it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think the videos in that era, they were ubiquitous. They were on, Thriller, once it was released. Number one, we waited for the release. It was such a thing. It was touted. It was the release.
So do you think that younger generations, just a younger generation, in their 20s, wouldn't occur to them that they're just fucking awesome Michael Jackson videos?
Yes, absolutely. I bet we could ask Ruby. She's never seen Thriller. I bet she's never seen Billie Jean.
Crazy.
I bet none of them have seen any of these videos, or you don't know his lore. You don't feel the experience of who Michael Jackson was in the time.
Well, this movie sure as hell didn't impart that.
They did not impart that. He was amazing. I feel all the Off the Wall songs were so insane. That album is so good.
Great
so
album.
It sort of sets up you want to like Thriller. So we were kind of, I feel when they were talking about MTV, I didn't know that it was hard for Quincy and them to even get Thriller on MTV. To me,
which they rather clumsily address in the movie.
Yes.
There is a scene that's so stupid, but they do address this point that basically MTV didn't want to play him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, which is kind of crazy, but I do think that there's something to Michael Jackson and Quincy or whoever. I feel Michael was such a visionary artist, truly amazing artist. Had the vision of, and the movie did try to paint this picture by having him watching horror movies with Vincent Price. But maybe, that is his lore at the time.
Yeah, sure.
We knew that he loved Vincent Price and all those horror movies that Vincent Price was in.
Right.
And then because his voice truly is at the beginning of Thriller.
Right, exactly.
So, yeah, he had the vision of making his video into a movie. And also then after that, so many artists did that.
Yeah. The Michael movie, I mean, there's so many things that are offensive about it. The acting's atrocious.
Atrocious.
The writing is unbelievably bad.
But the guy who plays Michael is such a good dancer.
He's a good dancer. So the Michael's played by Jermaine Jackson's son, Jafar. He's an absolutely horrible actor, but he looks like Michael. He can dance like Michael. The singing, I guess they did a combination where like he sings and they melded it with some Michael stuff, so to create like a voice that sounded like Michael. It's really bad movie. So apparently this is something that we discovered as we were watching it, because I was actually like reading about it as we were watching it, because I just was so fascinated by this train wreck. Originally, the Michael Jackson estate basically made this movie, and that explains a lot of it, because, for example, Janet Jackson isn't even in the movie.
But LaToya is.
She's not even mentioned.
The whole other rest of the family is. And probably because someone owns the right to Janet's story. And as you said, who the fuck wants to make that movie? But like, anyway, originally the movie was written to address the sexual abuse claims. And the movie was going to end with him basically signing an agreement that basically says, hey, I acknowledge there's the accusations, but I don't admit fault, whatever. They actually filmed it. They filmed this ending and then realized that per their agreement with the victims, they couldn't do that. So they had to scrap the entire final third of the movie. Like the estate fucking didn't realize this, made that, they just scrap it. And how many millions was spent on that? Because,
it's unbelievable. And the final bit of the movie is essentially just like a recreation of one of his concerts, and the AI crowd is disgusting. The shots are so bad. It's like it's
but also you, even as you're watching it, you're like, why are we watching so much of this? Mm-hmm. Like you have this sense, because there's two concert songs that you're hearing. Like there's one, and then like some shit happens, and then there's another one, and both of them are so prolonged. You could tell like this was meant to be cut up.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
and they couldn't, because they had nothing else to put in.
But then they needed to like use the entire scene. Like it's terrible. It's terrible.
And I gotta read this from a critic, our man Tom, who hopefully will be on the show, who happened to also review this movie. He writes, a lot of stuff in Michael feels just as sinister as that planned ending. Throughout, we get scenes of Jackson visiting sick kids in the hospital. Jackson really did that, but the film makes him look saintly, as if only a sicko could read something dark into his fixation on kids. We see him repeatedly reading Peter Pan, and the Peter in the book looks just like 90s Michael.
Well, because it's said that he wanted that nose, the nose of the cartoon, and then he gets it.
Yeah.
That's his little nose he has.
Also, sometimes it's terrible. The producers of this movie, for instance, really thought they could turn Bubbles the chimp, that was Michael's
oh my
chimp,
God, I forgot
pet
about
chimp,
this part,
into Baby Yoda.
You guys.
It's so...
The chimp part of the movie.
But the chimp's in it a lot.
But also, he's kind of a chubby chimp that looks maybe like a little person or something. Like it's the worst like AI thing. And you can tell it's AI from the second, because it really almost looks at the camera like it's winking or
There
something.
is a lot of CGI Bubbles in Michael. He's the designated comic relief character.
Is he funny though?
No. When Michael first arrives at the family home with CGI baby Bubbles, the joke is the family's reaction.
Which is not
funny. They think he's crazy. But when I saw that scene, I thought the movie was crazy for putting it in. It only gets crazier. Bubbles goes into Michael's bedroom, sees the cover of Off the Wall, and then gets an odd look on his face while pointing at the real Michael. I think he says, ooh, but it really looks like he's trying to say, you, like Caesar learning to talk at the end of Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
It is.
Jesus Christ, it's so bad.
he's describing it very well.
He's,
I mean,
no,
it's like
it's perfectly put.
and also Michael's bedroom is like the recreation of his bedroom looks like a child's bedroom. Like, I mean, okay, I guess it is the 70s or no, this is the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Or would it have been the 70s?
But the thing is, he did live at home
until he's like 40.
He built Neverland, I think, in the late 80s.
Okay, so he was 30.
Yeah.
When he moved out. And like anytime, like he had so many confrontations with Joe, his father, in the movie. Listen, we don't really know what happened. And even so the Michael Jackson estate put this out, they really painted Michael's father with a horrible brush.
Yeah.
I mean, he was said to have been a horrible person.
Right.
But
yeah,
like,
it is interesting that they do that. It's played by Coleman Domingo, who's a great actor, and this is like the shit role for him because it's just like such a caricature. Such a character.
But they really made him look like the father so much.
He did look
like the him. Eyebrows were over
eyebrows,
the top.
Yeah, and he had like
those weird, gross eyes. Yeah,
contacts, and they gave him those
like
eyes.
Almost green contacts or something. But when you look at pictures of Michael Jackson's father, he has such an evil look.
Yeah,
he just looks like nefarious.
The one thing though, the one part in the movie where I was sort of like, they could have really gone somewhere with this was when Michael sends over the paperwork saying that he is breaking away from his father's control. Right? I'm going solo. You do not control me anymore. And Joe Jackson rages at basically saying, I created this fame. And I think there's probably a lot to unpack there in terms of like, here's this domineering father who we see at the beginning of the movie, like demanding the kids practice and practice and practice. And to a certain extent, you kind of have to admit he's probably right. Like he did create the Jackson 5.
It made me think
that then launches Michael's fame. Like Joe Jackson's probably his biggest fault is he came to see himself as big as the artist. But I think there's a lot to be said for how he created Michael Jackson.
Well, it's like Tiger Woods' father.
Sure. Serena Williams.
The Williams sisters, right? Yep. In the Joe Jackson realm, he was doing this with all his kids, right? So, from the firstborn down, and then Michael's like the second to the last, right? Janet's the youngest. Mm-hmm. So then by this time, has he honed his craft so much and then does this kid get did he have any musical chops? We don't know that, he or the mother, because then Michael at singing, what's that song, that love song he does as a child?
Yeah. In the movie, they do it, right?
I don't remember. I think they did, but I heard the song the other day and I was just so struck by the amount of like angst he puts in that song as a kid. Feeling in that song is so incredible. And like his voice as well. So he was like God-given talent. Like what a luck. But the luck of the draw, if you keep having kids, maybe one of them's gonna.
Well, the whole family was talented.
Yes, of course. But like honed talent versus natural talent.
Yeah.
I don't know what, what's the distinction there. Because like Jermaine had an album or whatever, Tito, like, right. but like at the end of the day, Michael's talent is like his dancing talent. Well, he was pushed since childhood, but he kind of loved the dancing. Like he truly loved that. But then he was also, his childhood was completely taken away, where I wonder if like Jermaine and Tito also had a childhood because the father just had to work more. There was one kid, like, I don't know what, obviously the circumstances were.
The psychology of that family. There's probably so many books been written
and
about that.
And they're Jehovah's Witnesses like this, but yet he's like a, abusive father. And I don't know.
No, it's crazy. But also because we were talking about exotic animals recently, people who own exotic animals.
Yeah.
And the MJ, the Thriller album, if you had the vinyl, if you open it up all the way, he's actually laying with a baby tiger. Yeah, and it's just like, but I guess that feeds into what Neverland became. He had like exotic animals at Neverland.
It started with a llama, according to the movie. Like the llama was his first animal that he would go out and talk to. Yeah, I'm gonna do this out.
And there's a fucking CGI giraffe walking around,
just walking around the set all the time.
It's
like
so stupid.
It's like limbering, like it walks so slowly,
like a video game giraffe. It's really bad.
Gosh.
Okay. Well, let's end on this final note, though. A second, where is it here? I just want to say this about the two of them. Despite the chemistry in the studio and proven success on the charts, the pop stars' relationship began to deteriorate in 1985 after Jackson acquired the ATV Music Publishing catalog, which included rights to many of the Beatles songs written by McCartney and John Lennon. Among the many bidders that Jackson beat was McCartney himself, who ironically had counseled Jackson on the value of owning publishing rights during their writing and recording sessions.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I've heard this story before. He said to MJ, like, you really want to get rich? Buy song rights. And then the Beatles songs came up in 85.
But how
and MJ was just like, cool.
How were they out of McCartney's control? Like,
I don't exactly, I don't know. I'm not, but I mean, because songs have like a certain, like, when you, publishing rights have a certain like shelf life, right? And then they go into the, what do they call that? What's that called? When they expire, they join the public, oh shit, what is that phrase called? Because then if they enter public domain, anybody can record it without permission.
Well, that's the same with prints in fabric and clothing.
Yeah.
After 40 years, you can use a print.
So then I guess maybe in music, it's not, for whatever reason, like it came up and Michael bought a lot of them. It was like, well, Paul, you told me it was a good idea.
Wow. Gosh. Sorry, Paul.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what their relationship was later on after that, but probably not great.
Michael just didn't give a shit. Like after a point, according to the movie. Like once he hired that lawyer guy.
Oh my God, the lawyer John Branca, who's like he's one of the producers of the movie, and they portray him so incredibly in the film.
He's kind of handsome.
Wait, who plays him?
That guy who was in that drummer movie. He played that drummer who was kind of abused as a kid.
I don't know.
Drummer.
I don't remember, but it was like
Miles Teller.
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 Yeah.
Is that his name? Miles.
Something Teller. Anyway, that guy.
Yeah.
He plays John Branca, who is obviously in on making this movie because he's portrayed so awesomely in the film.
He's like such a badass around the table of corporate assholes.
Yeah.
He's the one guy who like gets Michael to, but maybe that's the truth of the matter. Yeah. Like he was able to talk to Mike, kiss ass.
Yeah.
In that sort of sycophantic world, like this is a Trump move, right? Yeah. It's like JD Vance's version, right. Like he's the JD Vance to Trump as like Branca is to MJ, right? Like he's telling him like what he wants to hear. He knows what he wants to hear. Yeah. The other guys like still aren't sycophantic enough to realize the things they need to say to Michael Jackson to make him want them to be his lawyer. He has to have his ass kissed. Yeah. Like Trump.
Yeah.
You have to kiss his ass. It's a prerequisite for the job. If you are not up for a brown nose, don't even apply.
That's probably how so many stars are. You just got to be willing to go there if you actually want to work with them. Get on the inside.
Put your nose in my ass.
Just put it there. We went to Michael Jackson. Didn't think we'd get Michael Jackson on this podcast. Didn't think we'd go there.
Why?
Well, I don't know. He's just like such a
mega star.
He's a mega star, but then when you start actually thinking about individual songs, you're like, oh yeah.
Well, we had to go to this.
You gotta go.
And like this is, Virgin Michael territory.
Virgin Michael. Did he ever lose his virginity?
I think
other than with a child?
No.
Right, probably as a child. I mean, we didn't even talk about all the allegation stuff. And wait, did you watch the Finding Neverland or the Neverland documentary?
I didn't finish it.
It's hard to watch.
Yeah.
It's really hard to watch. That was, I mean, I never didn't believe the allegations, but when that came out, whatever that was, like 2018, it's like, okay, this shuts the door on any fucking person who's like, no, but I think he's innocent. No, just stop. Just stop.
But the thing is,
Just
the amount of people who think he's innocent in that movie, in that documentary.
I know.
Also, so even before that, those are the second time allegations were brought up. You know that.
Oh yeah.
So I remember reading this like 40 page. You know how Vanity Fair like does not edit their authors.
What was it? Yeah, was it like mid 90s?
I feel like
when was the
yes.
original
yes.
huge
So
allegation.
when this kid described a mark on his penis.
Yeah, exactly.
And that
right.
this was in the Vanity Fair article, and it was like someone in like, where is that? Ventura, like up in that Ontario. Is there's an O place up there?
Ojai or something? Or
no.
Wait, you mean where?
Up by Ventura. It's more Oxnard. I feel like the family was from Oxnard, and this kid.
Wait, Neverland Ranch was in Simi Valley, or where was it?
Yeah, Simi Valley, Hidden Hills. Hidden Hills is this enclave that is.
I don't.
Like we did a shoot there. It's insane. I didn't even know it existed before we did a shoot there. It's like freaking pristine horseland, like Little House on the Prairie. It's gorgeous. And but the I feel like
I remember the original allegations.
It was so apparent. The amount of this investigative journalist really like read all the court documents, interviewed the families, and like it was so like I was like, wow. Because in the media at large, you had to read this whole thing, and it was a lot to read, and I think people weren't like, and people were like, this is not true, no way. And people who didn't read that article,
there was I remember there's being so many like allegations that were so specific and troubling, like the alarm on the door, and like who was that guy? Who was the guy that worked for NBC with Katie Couric that was just like Matt?
Oh, not who? Not
that? Yeah, you know what I'm talking
Williams.
about.
No, I'm thinking of
Matt
Lowry.
Matt Lauer, or Matt Lauer. Matt Lauer. Yeah, like same thing. Like the specificity of the details that came out. It's like obviously this is true. Like no one's making up things that are so specific.
The shape of the mole on his penis.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Like something like that.
Yeah,
that's what the Vanity Fair article talked about. And so this kid knew that, like, and that was early.
Was there a famous kid actor involved in that?
Yeah, Macaulay Culkin.
Right.
Yeah. Who was, and Webster. Do you remember this kid, Webster?
Webster. Yeah.
He was also always at Neverland Ranch, and Michael would carry him around like a baby.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some crazy images like online of Michael carrying around that kid, Webster. Like that I remember thinking, that kid's now like 11. And because he is so little, Michael would carry him around.
Ugh.
It was like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just
grooming. Like
grooming. Yeah,
it
absolutely.
It really had that vibe. Grooming.
Yeah. No, I mean you'd have to be.
We didn't know that term then, I guess.
It's like I guess the mentality is similar to. I don't know, what is the mentality to think that these allegations have no veracity or validity? I mean,
because it's like it's blind faith. It's almost like a conspiracy theorist just believes this conspiracy because even in that Neverland documentary, do you remember how the streets were lined with "We believe you, we love you, Michael"? So every day when Michael would go into court, he actually felt like he climbed out and got on top of his car, because he actually believed, people believe in me. So it didn't even matter that he did all this stuff because people believed he was innocent. Because they loved him so much. So they chose to believe. It's like he was their own little messiah or something.
Yeah, messiah is a good word for it because that whole, there's that like Beatlemania-esque reaction to his concerts. People passing out and sobbing at seeing him on stage. We see that, you can understand why they'd be like, well, obviously he didn't do anything.
Yeah, they're not going to ever believe it. It's like MAGA. There's so many like parallels, right? I think it's just there's maybe something in the human, like in our makeup that makes us like, once you believe in something, once something is your deity, that's your faith. Now your faith is put into this thing. So this is your vessel of faith. So nothing can shake it, because that's what faith is.
Right.
Belief in a thing.
And pop stars as deities is a real thing.
Oh.
But to take it to the level of, because I think even a lot of like Trump supporters, they know he's done bad shit. They know, and they're willing to say, I don't care. I think in MJ's case, it's like, no, I don't think he did this.
Yeah.
I don't think he did any of this. And that's kind of a difference that I think it's just like bordering on some kind of a
weird psychosis.
It's
belief. It's belief to your own detriment. Well, the belief to your own detriment is Trump, actually, because how does it harm you to believe in Michael Jackson? Nothing's going to happen to you. Whereas believing in Trump, you're going to get
your life.
Yeah. The tariffs are going to infect the affordability. That's not a thing.
Yeah.
Housing prices aren't a thing, sir.
Yeah. That's true. You're living with the reality of life under Trump, whereas MJ is just a.
Like, okay, this is a person that you choose to believe he's not a pedophile.
But you're still sinking your ego, your own sense of self to a certain extent into that person, right? I mean, what does it mean to believe so much in the innocence of a pedophile that you're lining the streets with signs? Right? I mean, like you have subsumed yourself to some degree to this person.
Well, but yes, because like I don't know if you remember this, because I know you saw it a long time ago, but in the Neverland documentary, do you remember that they would allow certain civilians or just citizens into the courthouse by lottery every day?
Yeah.
So there were people, and they interviewed them in this documentary, who quit their jobs and were waiting outside every day to go into the courthouse to see what was happening. And so these are people, this one woman, she's like, I quit my job, I'm here. And she got called in. You're in the courthouse. You actually see, because I feel like some of this, this is the second allegations, right? So this is after the Vanity Fair and everything. But in these courtrooms, because that first Vanity Fair one was in courtrooms too. There was all those court documents that they had referenced. But in this, she's in the room hearing the truth.
Yeah.
And still believing.
Yeah.
So everyone else who never got in, and it's like hearsay, you see Michael accused of this shit that he's denying, but it's like everyone is lying, and like you're going to believe him versus this mountain of evidence. Yeah. So in the Bible, there's a verse like faith is against like the evidence of all things seen, you still believe. Mm-mm. Like that's a verse in the Bible. I'm not saying it right, but it's something about like everything you see can tell you otherwise, and you still choose to believe. And that is the thing. Like these people who have faith in a thing, it's like my mom, how she believes in whatever new order of society there is that we're living.
Sure. So you can look at anything about MJ. Michael Jackson, here's the child saying what he saw. Here's the parent talking about what they witnessed. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter to you because you choose to believe in Michael.
Your deity.
Your God.
On that happy note.
Cheers. I love you.
Mine.
You're mine.
Yeah, you're mine.
Love you.
Love you.
The girl is mine.
The doggone girl is mine.